Hola, hola, buenas, Pura Vida, Burley Rambles. Today, Burley Rambles about Pura Vida. Today is Pura Vida, was Pura Vida. And prior to ever visiting Costa Rica, you know, everybody knows Costa Rica is the land of Pura Vida. But before coming here, I kind of equated it with a silly slogan, kind of like Florida, the Sunshine State. Well, that's true. It's, you know, it's more of just a slogan. And you quickly realize here in Costa Rica that Pura Vida is more than a phrase, and it is literally the way of life here in Costa Rica. And, you know, and as a phrase, those two little words are all encompassing. You can use them in any situation. It's kind of like a no worries to an ecstatic life is great. It could be shit happens to anything in between. So it can be a greeting, a farewell, and anything in between. And Pura Vida, pure life, it's could it be more fitting? You know, while Mexico and all of Central America, there's a common thread that the people are very friendly and warm and like to share with their neighbors. Here in Costa Rica, the Pura Vida is that plus all-encompassing nature, wildlife, just taking care of your neighbors in their habitat, in their surroundings. So it's definitely a very, very cool mantra. You know, you have people all through the country every day, all day, Pura Vida, pure life, pure life, pure life. It's very strong in the manifestation notes for the country, you know. And then Costa Rica, rich coast, it's like there's a lot of positivity being spoken every day, just by default. But Pura Vida hoy, today, we're on a little hike out too. We got a nice little hidden secret spot out here on a little hidden reef break. It's kind of a novelty wave. It works a lot. Only a handful of times a year does it really get special. And it's kind of a mission to get out here. Even us that live, the handful of us that live here close in the town, like, you know, there's probably like 10 Tico surfers and 10 expats in the area that surf. And it's a mission to get out here, even for us that are living here close to the break. It's about a mile hike in. And a lot of times you get out there, it's fickle. It's not like world class by any means. A lot of times it's, you know, it's over rocks and it's just more of a good experience. But we're out here walking out today, see what we find. Maybe there's a little wave. Phyllis, always the Pura Vida Aussie. So, while we love Pura Vida and the Pura Vida lifestyle, it's not for everyone. Because with Pura Vida, there's a serious lack of urgency with anything but the most urgent situation. And it's just the thing we always say in our businesses is the situation's the boss. When something arises, the most urgent situation at hand is the boss. And that's basically how everybody lives here in Costa Rica. There's like, you could be having a situation and you have some help on the way, and that help, if they run into a more urgent situation on the way, man, Pura Vida. So you by default get bumped back in line, which is cool. You know, it's a very relaxed lifestyle, and that's great. We embrace it well. But if you're someone that has a hard time embracing that Pura Vida lifestyle, it can be real hard on you, because say you have something you want done and you need help from somebody to make that happen. What ends up happening is, we'll be there tomorrow at noon, and in between today and tomorrow at noon, something comes up that's more urgent, and that situation is the boss, Pura Vida. And I guess the problem with that is the communication is not a strong suit here. So what happens is there's a more urgent situation pops up, and then you don't even know about it. So all of a sudden your tomorrow at noon becomes tomorrow at noon again. So things like that happen. And also, if you're not a very flexible person and you're waiting for something to happen and they're all Pura Vida, and all of a sudden you'll get a call and like, hey, they can make this happen in an hour, and all of a sudden your Pura Vida goes out the window, because now you have to jump to make that situation happen. Because if you don't answer, you're not ready, they go to the next person in line, and hey, Pura Vida, this situation's the boss. So that's the thing. Like, the Pura Vida is great. I love it. We love it. Sometimes it can be a little annoying when you have something you need to get done, and so the culture being so Pura Vida, if you want to get that thing done in a timely manner, your sense of Pura Vida goes out the window, because you're at the beck and call of Pura Vida, if that makes any sense. But all right, we're almost out here to the wave. I'm not going to show it to you just because, Pura Vida, entonces, Saturday morning, beautiful hike through the jungle with my chica and the dog. We got some fun waves. The shape was good. The wind was on it. A little challenging, but it was just the two of us surfing. We had a great time. Got some good exercise. Now we get the mile hike out. And what a way to start the day. And I can't note it enough that a lot of places fall in and out of vogue or to travel to, and hot spots and this and that. And Costa Rica, people saw it a lot of times that the comment we get is, it's too touristy there, it's too gringoized. And well, that's true in some areas. Most of the country is not. There are still a lot of waves that are unsurfed, or I won't say unsurfed, but very rarely surfed, all in the Pacific coast. Even up in Guanacaste here, there are still some hidden little gems. There's a lot of cool little pueblos, cool little towns that where you better speak some Spanish if you want to communicate. And it's definitely plenty of old school Costa Rica to be found still. Now, if you come down and you go to Tamarindo and you go to La Fortuna, well then, that's what you're going to find, too touristy. Now, they're great for vacation. I love both those areas, but you can't lump all of Costa Rica into those tourist hotspots. So don't be afraid to travel around, look around, try out some new things, look at a map, look at Google Earth, and get out there, dude. This is a little brutal part of the hike. We got up on the ridge, and depending on the time of day, it's starting to get late morning now, the sun can get brutal. Called Africa hot, man. But so how we found the area we're at is by doing a lot of screwing around on Google Earth. And we just came down and traveled around, camped on the beaches, and just kind of fell in love with this area, and here we are. But I've never heard of this area before moving here. When we travel around Costa Rica, like a good majority of the people that live here, even the Ticos, have never heard of this area. So like I said, there's some hidden gems out there. And right now we're getting towards the end of dry season. We did get a couple nights of rain recently, and it's been threatening to more often, but we don't have air conditioning in the house. And these last few nights, generally, we're really comfortable and don't have a want or need for it. But these last few nights have been a little rough trying to get some sleep. It does cool down, but instead of cooling down around 7 or 8, it takes about 1, 2 in the morning until it cools down. So it makes it a little rough trying to sleep. We don't have air conditioning because we're in the blue zone here, and I think part of it is the climate. And while it does get hot, it just stresses your body enough. It's not gonna kill you. Just suck it up and you'll be okay. And I kind of think it's a good stress for your body, get your body to go through the gears. So, we try to eat, like when we travel around, we do the casados. It's the rice, beans, maduro, the plantains, root salad, green salad, and protein. And we kind of stick to that. It's easy to get a good, fairly healthy meal for inexpensive when we travel. But this other thing about Pura Vida, we're in the blue zone. It helps to live a more natural, healthy lifestyle. And there she is, the Pura Vida tractor.